And now, Journey to Success with Pete Asmus. Tonight, mindset to action steps and everything in between. We are about you, focusing on what you need to get to that next level. So get ready, get excited, because we are about to get started. From coast to coast, your host, Pete, the visionary pitbull, Asmus. All right. Hey, welcome everybody. Today is Sunday, March 22nd, 2015. I can't even believe I'm saying 2015. And this is Journey to Success. I am your host, Pete Action Asmus, and we're going to have fun tonight. Tonight's all about finding ground zero. We were going to be talking about this a little bit last week and didn't end up getting into it. I didn't have the presentation done. I had it done, but I didn't have it on the computer, and we'd already started. So basically tonight we're just going to get going, man. We're going to go into finding ground zero. And I really think I love this topic because a lot of times it's finding where you are, right? And what strengths do you have where you are, and how can you leverage those strengths, those ideas and those resources? How can you put them all together, right? And then how can we go ahead and leverage those things and make them work? And sometimes it's frustrating because we feel like, well, I don't get it. Like I'm fighting, I'm working so hard, I'm doing everything I can to achieve this certain goal, to achieve this certain, area in my life, and everything I'm doing, it isn't working. Everything I'm doing, I get kicked in the face. Everything I'm doing, I get the sand thrown in my face. I understand that. Here's the thing that really kind of blows me away that I'm realizing. The more you grow your business and the more that you have opportunities and the bigger opportunities you get, none of that goes away. Everybody else that you deal with, even though they're at a higher caliber, even though the opportunities are more, they're always more concerned with their life as well. It's still like that, right? Very seldom are you going to find people that are really, truly kind of hoping to get to help you. And typically when we feel like somebody's really helping us, right, we start to get leery and think, well, what do they want? Why are they helping me like that? What are they going to get out of this, right? And so we have to start learning to look at ourselves and look at our situation and look at where we are for what it is, and then look at how we can leverage off of it. Everything that I've done for the past 9 years, has been stepping stones to get me where I am. But it's funny because all along the way, no matter what, I still have challenges, I still have obstacles, I still have people that don't understand what I'm doing or don't get it. And then when they do, it's like, oh, we should have been doing this earlier. And it's like, well, yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Entrepreneurs, inevitably, we know how to do what we do better than anybody else. That's just in our minds. That's what we know. I know how to do my job. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. And so we're looking for an outlet that will really get us paid for our knowledge. It'll get us paid for our abilities, right? And so really what I'm looking at now, I told you guys in 2015, I was really focused on monetizing my relationships and learning, not learning, but monetizing my relationships and creating a new platform, a different platform, right? And so I now have the second largest LinkedIn group on a real estate group on LinkedIn. We've got the magazine that I'll be showing you guys in a little bit that's going to be launching this Friday, March 27th. So I'm excited about that. I have a book that's going to be coming out. You'll see that at the end. And then I also have the radio show that's going to be coming back as well. Hopefully in the next couple weeks. I think April, it'll all be synced in and we'll be driving home for April. So there's a lot of things that I'm working on that I've been working on for a long time. It's not like any of this stuff just all of a sudden happened. There's been a lot of focus and a lot of work, right? And at the same time, some of you guys think that, well, risk goes away. It doesn't go away. Like I have been at points recently, even like a few months ago, where I was literally going, okay, what am I going to do right now? And what I was doing right now was basically working to pay for what I was going to do next, right? And I say that because a lot of times we think, well, I can't let this go, because if I let this go, if I don't keep this, if I don't keep whatever that is, it may be money, it may be time, it may be something that you do on the weekends. It may be something, that's special, obviously, right? And you go, well, no, I'm going to keep this because it's not worth trading. It's not worth risking. But the challenge is, and the reality is, if you stay where you are, there's no way to truly generate more income. You've got to go out and do different things to get bigger results. Period. Now, no matter where we are, no matter where your ground zero is, the reality is you've got to move forward from that point. Doesn't matter where it is in a timeline. It doesn't matter if you're chapter 1, I'm chapter 10, you're chapter 10, I'm chapter 1. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we move forward. What matters is that we take what we have right now, access to, resources to, and we start to leverage those. I've been looking for, years actually, to find things that would be really good for a brand new investor. Because here's the problem. A brand new investor doesn't know what they're doing. They don't have enough experience for people to actually go out and get the money, right? And if they go out and they start putting people together or lying to people, now all of a sudden they've got a problem, and usually with integrity, that's going to have a challenge with them, right? So they end up in this juxtaposition. If they don't have enough money to actually do the real estate themselves, they can't talk about it as if they've done it, right? And so now getting money for it becomes impossible, because it's like, well, I'm not going to give you 200 grand to go try something out. I'm not going to give you 200 grand to go start something, to go see if it works. They want proven track records. So then it becomes, well, then how do I get into that? How do I get, it's like the whole Screen Actors Guild, right? Getting into the Screen Actors Guild. Well, you have to have a part or something, but you can't get a part without being in the guild. So it's this real dichotomy of challenging to get in. You have to have somebody say, well, we couldn't have done this without her, without him. And then you get in, then you get this, then you get that, da-da-da-da-da. So the same thing kind of applies to real estate. You've got to really, really bust your butt. You've got to do a lot of work. You've got to fail a lot. And a lot of people think, well, I don't want to fail. But what you don't realize is every time you fail, every time you don't get where you want to go, you learn something new that you can leverage off of, that you can stand on top of and reach for the next rung. See, it's all about understanding how to deal with challenges. A lot of times, if you want to be truly successful, all they are is problem solvers. All they are is looking down and going, okay, well, now I've got a problem here. Let me solve it. Now I got a problem here. Let me solve it. Let me solve it. Let me solve it. They're not actually doing any of the work. They're solving problems. So when you have all these challenges that you come in contact with, and you freak out and you go, well, I can't wait till my life is better. I can't wait till I'm the boss. I can't wait till I'm successful. I can't wait till this, till that, till this, so that I don't have to deal with these challenges, these problems. I'm just telling you, get ready, because even more is coming. You're going to have more challenges than you ever thought possible. You're going to have more issues. You're going to be more stressed. The more money you make, the more problems there are. And it is a reality, because when you make more money, there's systems involved with that. Look, there's only 24 hours in the day. We all have it, right? So if you're leveraging your time, you're leveraging it off of a system. If you're leveraging it off of a system, chances are something in that system is going to break at some point. So what are you going to do when that happens? See, that's why a franchise model, they don't just give you a Burger King and go, go for it. You're going to have fun. They give you a system to follow and then support for when that system breaks, because the system will break at some point. The reason that I got involved with Strongbrook, and the reason some of you guys have seen some of the posts that I've been doing, and I have a few spots, the reason that I did that was because I know of the 114,000 people that are on my LinkedIn group. I'm getting another group that's going to have something like 80,000. I'm going to have 200,000 people in a group. I don't want to talk about an opportunity with them if I don't have fulfillment aspects, right? See, that's what people don't think. You've got to have the infrastructure done too. We get all excited about wanting to start our own business, but then we don't think about, well, what does that really take? What does it really take? What is a business license? How do you get it? Where do you get it? Do you need to be an LLC? Do you need to be an S-Corp? Do you need to be a corporation or incorporated? Do you need any of that? Can you just do it all on your own? Can you be a sole proprietor? Do you need a tax attorney? Do you need a CPA? What do all these things, what do we need? What is a mission statement? What is a business plan? What is a one-word sentence that describes what you do? Most of you don't have any of these planned out, idealized, anything. I just want to make more money. I just want to do this. I just want to do that. That's why, for me, finding a solution for everybody that's coming to me asking, it had to be all-encompassing. It had to have the business aspect to it. It had to have the real estate aspect to it, right? And the thing I love about Strongbrook is as you learn with them, it all goes towards you buying a property. That's the whole point of the whole thing. Everything that they're doing is towards you buying property. So if you don't have the experience, what do you need to do? You need to leverage off of somebody else. Finding ground zero is all about where am I at? What resources do I have? And if I don't have all the resources that I need to get where I need to go, I need to find them. I need to get them, and I need to get them now. So for me, it was all about putting together a platform that would really work and that would really allow you guys to be able to do what you wanted to do, to be able to go out to your friends, be able to go out to RIA meetings, to be able to go out to fundraisers and say, hey, look, I'm a real estate investor and this is what I do and I invest here and here are some of our markets. The other reason I love Strongbrook is we do fulfillment for them. So I know what project, I know what kind of properties they're getting to their investors because I'm doing fulfillment. I'm finding them and getting them for them. So I know how extremely successful what they're doing is, right? It's just an incredible thing. But everybody needs a platform. Everybody needs resources. And if you don't have a business model to copy, you need to find one. Because floundering around and just kind of going in every direction is not the way that you want to do this. It's not how you want to get your business to the next level. It's not how you want to get your real estate or anything to the next level, hoping that you've got a way to make it work. You want to have a plan. You want to have a strategy. You want to have something that will take you to that next level, right? Okay. So let's see here. Today is going to be awesome. I love it. This is one of the new logos that I did, Entrepreneur Resources, Support, and Solutions. Gentry Investment Group. If you guys go check out that website, that is the LinkedIn group. So if you guys aren't part of that group, make sure that you go and become part of that group. It is an awesome group. 114,000 members in that group, right? 114,080, I believe, is what the number is right now. But very, very cool. So as we go through this is the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight, which is the U.S. Real Estate Journal. This is the magazine that I'm doing. It's a digital magazine. It's coming out this Friday. So make sure I'm going to be setting out probably on Friday. Just watch my Facebook, watch all my social medias because it'll be hitting the website. Everything will be going live, and it'll be pretty awesome. And you guys will be able to read the first issue. And I'm really excited about that. So please make sure you check it out. And then share it, right? Get it out there because I'd love to be able to grow the base for this magazine. And the first person that we're doing is Travis is going to be, or Aaron is going to be writing actually an article in it and about their book that they're putting out right now. So a lot of cool things are happening there. You must be willing to shatter who you are for who you want to become. I love this statement so much, and I say it every week because I really, really love it. In fact, it's our Saturday thing, right? Shatter it Saturday. Shatter who you are for who you want to become. And if you ask my girls, it's about doing it right now. It's not about doing it later. If you want to make changes in your life, why do you want to wait to do them? How does that make sense? It's like when I used to chew tobacco and I used to smoke cigarettes, right? Well, I smoked and then I started chewing and I did that for years. And I wanted to quit, but I was having a real hard time with it, right? I was having a hard time because I felt like if I quit, it was just so hard to quit. And I knew the pain that I was going to be going through during the quitting process, right? I knew that would be painful. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that the pain was going to be there no matter what, right? No matter when I did this, the pain was going to be there. No matter when I did this, it was going to be hard. It was going to be hard. The longer I waited, the harder it was most likely going to be. But at this point, it was already going to be really difficult. And I knew that, right? So that was one thing. So I kept thinking in my head, I know this is going to be difficult. And I started changing it to, this isn't going to be that difficult. This isn't going to be that difficult. This isn't going to be that difficult. And believe me, in the beginning, I did not believe it. I didn't believe it in any way. I just kept saying it. I just kept saying, I can't say it's going to be hard. If I say it's going to be hard, my God, for sure it's going to be hard. No way is it not going to be hard if I say it. I mean, I've been saying it'd be hard to quit for years. I mean, years I have drilled that into my head that I'm addicted to this nicotine, right? So now me re-edifying that, I didn't need to do that. I needed to shift it, right? And that was the first step. The second step for me was realizing that I knew at some point I was going to have to quit. I wasn't going to be 90 years old going, ding, come on now, right? I wasn't going to be doing that. And if I wanted to become more professional, it was going to be time to step up my life. It was going to be time to step up that reality. And so I started putting two and two together. Well, I'm going to have to quit, and it's going to hurt no matter what, no matter when. But the sooner I do it, the sooner I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I started thinking like that. The sooner I do it, the sooner I can get through the pain. The sooner I do it, the sooner I can get through the pain. The sooner I do it, the sooner I can get through the pain, until boom, I quit. I just quit. I started not wanting to do it. It started tasting gross to me. I just didn't want it because I was training my brain to think it was gross. I was training my brain to think I needed to quit, to think that it had to stop. You guys can do that same thing with whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Look, you have what you want right now. You do. Because if you really wanted something else, believe me, you'd have it. But you don't want it bad enough. It's too challenging to get to. The work is too hard. The road is too tough. But what we don't also look at is that we're walking down that road no matter what. No matter what. Whether you start doing and building your dreams today doesn't make any difference. In 12 months, you're going to still be here. And you're going to be here going, man, let's look back. What if you had started a year ago? For real started a year ago. Right now, your life would be different. Now, you would have sacrificed for that last year. See, that's the part that we keep not wanting to do. We want the good. We really, really want the good. But man, I do not want any part of that sacrifice crap. Like, I don't want that. I just want it to be easy. I want it to be fun. I want to like it. Well, if that's what you want, then you need to start training your brain to think that way. You need to start saying, man, what could I do that would make this fun? What could I do that would make this fun? I asked that question about working out over and over and over again because I was so tired of being fat. I was 260 pounds. I was big, man. I was fat, no doubt. Double XL, triple XL shirts, right? Period. I had to figure out, what could I do that would make this different? How could I change my life? And I realized I could get an iPad. And on this iPad that I've got here, I could put movies on this iPad. And I have Hulu Plus on this iPad. And I could go to the gym and I could get on that treadmill and I could walk for an hour and a half or 2 hours. And I could watch shows that I was going to watch at home or that I was going to watch in the hotel room. And instead of me sitting down watching TV, I could be active. I could walk and watch TV and have fun and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I found a way for me to be entertained and do what I needed to do. I needed to lose weight. I needed to burn energy. So I figured out how I could do that and still have fun. How I could do that and be, a lot of times I'll go to the gym now. I'll spend 2-3 hours at the gym just literally writing emails, writing proposals. I'm just doing it at the gym. Because why sit at home if I don't have to be here? Why not go out and be active? Why not go out and man, today we rode bikes with my girls. Holy cow. It was fun. It was fun. I know my legs are going to be lit up tomorrow though. I mean, I think we probably rode like 4 or 5 miles. They think it's funny as all get out, but I am positive because I had a 1-speed beach cruiser that had, anyway, it was awesome though. It was awesome. And I want to spend more time like that. I took the GoPro and I just had the GoPro on the front of the bike. I just followed them and we rode all around. I've got a video that I put up on Facebook because we went over and they didn't know where we were at. And I went to Madison's boyfriend's house, and she thought we were at Chris's house. And so she was knocking thinking she was being funny. And then all of a sudden you see Avery's mom open the door and her face is just priceless. But that's because I'm going out and I'm being active. I'm teaching them to be active. I'm finding things that I can do that are fun, that I can ensure that I stay thin. I stay how I want to be, right? Because I'm willing to shatter who I am for who I want to be. I do not want to be the Fat Pete anymore. I don't want to be Fat Pete. I want to be Skinny Pete. So Fat Pete got shattered. And Skinny Pete makes different decisions than Fat Pete, right? Because Fat Pete wouldn't work out. Skinny Pete does work out. See, it's all about the decisions we make. I started driving my life like I drive my car. I stopped looking down. I stopped looking backwards. I stopped looking at what didn't work. I stopped looking at how many times I failed. I stopped looking at all the reasons that I should be a loser. And I started looking at all the things I wanted to do. I started looking at all the places I wanted to be. I started thinking about all the things I wanted people to say about me. And I started making decisions based on that future, not based on that past. And a lot of times, you guys straight up are making decisions based on where you are and where you've been, and you're not thinking at all about where you're going. You guys have like blinders on. And it's not fair. This world's, effed up. Everything sucks. It's all poor me. What do you mean poor you? Wake up. Stand up and stop being a baby. Stop thinking that everybody owes you anything, because nobody does. And guess what? As hard as you work for everybody else, you better give 120% and help everybody around you as much as possible. And when they don't help you back, it doesn't mean that you flip them off. It doesn't mean that you tell them to go F themselves. It doesn't mean you don't burn those bridges. It means you move forward and you help them again later. It means you constantly give more of what you do than anybody else, and you keep doing it no matter what. Because consistency is what breeds a brand, is what breeds who you are. Trust, it's all about repetition. People trust people because they know what they'll do in a given situation. That's what trust is. So if you want more people to trust you, and people say, well, give them a reason to trust you. Yes. How you give them how you give them a reason to trust you. Sorry about that. Have our neighbor's kids apparently want to scream super loud. How you give them a reason to trust you is you show them what you do over and 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 over. And now, I'm not saying if somebody's kicking sand in your face to go and buy them a soda. That's not what I mean. But I mean, and maybe this is just me personally, I get pissed real quick, right? I get frustrated real fast. I feel like if I'm doing a bunch of stuff and you're not doing anything, I'm going to say something and be like, hold up, what is going on here? But then I have to stop and go, okay, let me look at it from their point of view. Here I am. I just came in. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And maybe they don't know how to react to that situation. Maybe they don't know what my true intention is, right? And so I have to stop and not react to situations. I have to respond. I have to wait. I have to look at the other side and go, okay, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to keep giving more, because the more I give, they're going to see it and they're going to come back. And it's hard to do that. And a lot of times, I keep thinking like, man, I've made it here. Like all this shit is going to stop now. And it doesn't. It gets just as bad, if not worse. Because now I've got bigger opportunities, but yet I don't know what the hell they are, and I don't know how they're working yet. And it's like, there's so many unknown factors, because the bigger the project, the more moving parts, the more things you're not going to know the answer to. Yeah, if you have a lemonade stand in front of your house, you're going to have all the numbers real close to chest, right? Not going to be a big issue. But if you're running a multi-million-dollar company that crosses state lines, there's a lot of stuff you're not going to have the answers to. And you're going to have to start relying on cold, hard data. And that's something that a lot of times you can't talk your way around. That's something that I had to learn. I had to start providing results. I had to start, and I don't mean that in a weird way. I mean that in a way that I hadn't been accustomed to it before. It was build it and they will come, and now it's make them come and then we're going to build it. And that's a different way to look at things. That's a different way to approach things. But just because it's different doesn't mean that you don't do it. Just because it's different doesn't mean that you quit and go, it's too hard, I'm going to give up. And that's where the challenge is. That's where the challenge is. The challenge in going, well, is this my way or is this their way? And should I do it like them or do I need to tell them how I want it to be done? And then we have to start realizing, well, what's the real end game? What do you really want? What do you really want? Most of us, we want to be successful. We want to be successful with a team. Nobody wants to be on top of Kilimanjaro all by themselves. There's nobody to share the experience with. So that means if I'm going to bring other people with me, then I'm going to have to be, or be willing to at least, be flexible. Have to. I'm going to have to look at things from their perspective. I'm going to have to stop wondering why everybody else isn't giving me something, and I'm going to have to start realizing that I have to earn it. I have to earn it. Yep, I'm going to have to pay, and I'm going to have to earn it. Well, that sucks. Yep, but that's life. That's the thing. Stop thinking that everything is just given to us, because it isn't. Yes, you get to pay for your education, and guess what? You have to go to school, and you have to learn. And here's the really effed up part. The better the education, the more it costs. What? You mean the more I pay, the harder I have to work? Yeah. So why don't we take that with life? Why do we sit there and assume, well, the more I pay, the less I have to do? Bullshit. That's not how that's not how anything works unless you're going to a hotel. Then yes, the more you pay, the less you have to do. But when it comes to a business, when it comes to your life, that is not how it works. The more you pay, the more you get to do. The more you pay, the different clubs, the different social circles you move into. Let me tell you, you want to really make a deal? Get a club, get a country club membership. And go hang out there on the weekends. Now, it's not going to happen the first weekend. See, that's the other rub. It takes time. Again, continuity. They got to see consistency. You going out, them seeing you. Oh, wow, he's here on a Tuesday. Oh, wow, he's here on a Thursday. Oh, wow, he's here during the day. What does he do? Geez, that's weird. And then they see you over and over till finally they're coming over going, hey, what is it that you do? You're pretty young. That's kind of awesome. And now, boom, you have an investor. See, we keep wanting not to invest in ourselves. When I say, look, buy a nice watch, because believe me, when you buy a nice watch, talking to Jacob and Spencer, I keep telling them, the first $1 million we make as a company in this new venture that we're doing, I want to get $15,000 watches, right? Each watch is $15,000. And they're like, oh, I'll get a dirt bike instead. I want this. I'm like, you don't get it, man. That dirt bike isn't going to get you anything. That Ironman bike for Spencer, that's $15,000. It will not get you another deal. But you putting a Philippe Pentek on and walking around, you having a Breitling, well, Breitling isn't even as big as some of these other names. You having one of those types of watches and somebody with money, when they see it, it sparks instant conversation. And they think, wow, you've got to be successful because you have a $15,000 watch on, right? See, a lot of times it comes to you pay more money to do more work. You pay more money to get into different classes, social classes. You pay more money to get into different, if you're talking about mastermind groups, you could be talking about car clubs, you could be talking about anything. But stop thinking that the more you pay, the less you get to do. Stop thinking that if you do this, that you can buy your way here or there. It doesn't happen. What you get to do is buy tools. You get tools. But you still have to make those tools work. You have to make them work. If it didn't take you, trust me, you wouldn't get access to it. Because if it's just a computer that's going to do it on its own, why the hell do I need you? Or why does anybody need you? They wouldn't. Why would you need anybody? If you had a box that did everything that you needed to do, would you go hire somebody to what? Watch the box? The box does it all. It takes you, the human component. Now, here's the other thing. Leverage is huge. We understand leverage when we talk about, well, I can understand leverage when it comes to money, right? I get that, because if I go in and like we have our turnkey flip system, right? Turnkey flip system, we will finance 80% of the deal. All you have to do is come in with 20% of the deal, which means for every $100,000, all you got to do is come up with 20 grand. Now, if you only have $20,000, that limits you to a $100,000 house. But if you had 40, all of a sudden your options open. You can buy a $200,000 house, right? So we understand that leverage is good. We understand how it works on money. But why is it that we don't understand how it works with contacts, with friends, with relationships? Meaning, you have a relationship, and a lot of times we covet these like they're gold, right? We don't want to share them with anybody. We don't want to introduce them. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do that, because I don't want to lose that relationship. I don't want to lose that opportunity. I don't want to lose that potential, right? But when you go to working out, if you never work out, do your muscles get bigger and stronger? No. But I thought if I reserve it and save it, it'll be great. It isn't. Think about this. Maybe you've met somebody, right? If you've met somebody and almost every week they're bringing you a new contact, they're bringing you hey, I got somebody I want to introduce you to that I think would be great for your business. Hey, I've got somebody I want to introduce you. They're always introducing you to somebody. What do you feel about them? Do you like them, or do you wish they'd go away? They keep bringing you people that are making you money. Do you like them, or do you wish they would go away? You like them. It's kind of funny. When we make money with people, we tend to like them better. It's a weird fact. So why then, if you know somebody who needs something, do we covet our relationships thinking, well, if I share that, then I'm going to lose it? You're only going to lose it if you never share it. You're going to lose it if you don't ever use it, right? That's all. Stop coveting things that you think are going to go away and are going to disappear, and start realizing that your life right now, it has meaning. Your life right now, you have resources. You want to get involved with this program that we're doing? It is blowing up. Give me a call. Let me know. Contact me, text me, whatever, PM me. You can get a hold of me. Google my name. I promise you will find 50 ways to get a hold of me if you just Google my name. Just Google Pete Asmus, Peteasmus. Google my name. You will find 50 different ways to get a hold of me. Just email me, text me, hit me up on Facebook, message me, Instagram, doesn't matter. Trust me, you will get through to me. LinkedIn, great asset too. So if you want to get to that next level, and I don't want to talk about the whole Strongbrook thing and the opportunities with the new investor. If you want to talk about that, hit me up. But I do want to talk about what it takes as far as mindset goes, no matter what you're doing. No matter if you're a new investor, no matter if you're a veteran, because again, whether you're doing 20 houses and you want to get to 30, it's still going to take a mindset change. It's still going to take a change to get a different result, because right now you're getting the results of the actions that you're taking on a frequent basis, right? On a daily basis. Those are the results that we're currently getting. So if we want new results, we've got to take new actions. We've got to start doing new things to get those new results. Leveraging off of people, leveraging off of resources is your next step. Meaning, utilize your relationships, introduce people. And then when you're introducing them, stick around for the conversation. Introduce them together. Be on the phone. Do a conference call and say, hey, John, this is Mike. And Mike is really good at this. And Mike does this and this and this. And Mike, this is John. And John is really good at this. And he does this, 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 and this. And guys, here's what I thought. When I thought about your relationship, I thought, man, Mike could really help John do this, could help you do this and this and this. And I feel like that could be a great relationship. Guys, is there anything that I've missed or forgot to mention about what you guys do? And then you let them open up the conversation. I'm telling you, every time, it's brilliant. They love it. Man, thank you so much for this conversation. Thank you so much. And then guess what? When I email people, guess who respond to me? When I text people, guess who respond to me? All of these high-level guys. Why? Because every time I'm bringing them and introducing them to somebody, I'm bringing them opportunities. So why would they not want to respond to me? And more importantly, When I start doing things and I'm asking them, hey, I've got a radio show, would you like to be a sponsor? Why would they not want to be a sponsor when they've seen me help them over and over and over and over? Now, my dreams aren't the same as yours, and I get that. But you guys all have something that you're working towards, that you really want, that you see out there. Stop feeling like it's so far away that you can't reach it. It's right here. Literally is right there. All you got to do is grab it. That's it. Don't be afraid and think that it's in the distance. Don't be afraid and think that there's just no way that you're different, that I felt like, I won't say you, let me say me, because I'll tell you what I felt like. I felt like I was stupid. I felt like I was dumb. I felt like I was a loser. I felt like I just couldn't get anything right. I felt like, man, my whole life, all I'd ever done was fail. Over and over and over and over and over. That's it. Over and over and over. All I'd done was fail. I hadn't succeeded because shit, if I'd have succeeded, I would be where I wanted to be and I wasn't there. Right? So obviously I was a failure. That's how I felt. It's the same thing when we look at the anorexic people and they're like, I'm so fat. Right? And we're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you weigh 93 pounds. You are not fat by any measure of that. That word does not belong in your mouth at all. But food does. Please put some in and eat, right? It's the same thing. We do it to ourselves all the time. We all have that anorexia syndrome. We all have that feeling that no matter what we do, we have this vision of what we are. I have the vision of me being kicked out of my parents' house when I was 16. 16, kicked out. My mom didn't love me. My dad didn't love me. They didn't love me because they didn't want me at their house. And my God, if you did, why would you kick out a son or a child that you love, right? So my only thing was, man, my parents just don't love me. And if they don't love me, how in the hell is anybody else going to? How am I ever going to make it? I can't even keep a relationship with parents that are supposed to be there no matter what. That was hard. That was very, very hard for me to overcome. Many years, man, just not, almost like having a blowing up, right? When self-destructive mannerisms, right? Where I would get to a certain level and then I'd just blow the whole thing up because I would think I don't deserve it, or I would think this, or I would think that. And the hardest part is pushing through that wanting to give up. And whether you're afraid of success or you're afraid of failure, I promise you're afraid of something. It's pushing past that fear. That fear of I've got to follow through. That fear of what if it doesn't work? That fear of what if it all goes sideways? Believe me, I can give you 150 different reasons why things shouldn't work. But I'm here right now. I'm in front of you. And that to me is testament that it does work, that we're all meant for something. And I am meant to inspire. I'm meant to inspire the world around me. And I want that world to be huge. So I hope that you guys invite people to be on these calls every Sunday night, because I do them every Sunday for you guys, 6 p.m. Pacific, no matter what. Unless I'm on a plane, I'm on these calls because I care about the results and I care about where you guys are going. And I want you guys to get to that next level. And sometimes it takes tough love, and sometimes it takes really understanding and saying, no, I get it. I get it. Life sucks. I get it. I know how it feels. My son had cancer. I get it. Brain cancer at 5 years old. So trust me, I get it. I thought he was going to die. Now we don't even talk because he feels it. Believe me, I've had pain. My daughter has alopecia. We all have these huge burdens that we have to bear. And no matter who you are, you have a challenge. You have a cross, no matter who you are. It's like people think, wow, just because Paris Hilton's got a ton of money, she doesn't have problems. Man, she has problems, trust me. Rich people don't commit suicide because money solves all your problems. Money doesn't have anything to do with the problems. They make it nicer to live with the problems. But again, everybody has challenges. We all have problems. So what do you do when you encounter them? Stop thinking that you're going to live your life without any challenges, without any problems, without any upsets, without anything. I almost look forward to the days that I feel like shit now. Because there are days that I just feel horrible. And I'm like, man, this sucks. Nothing's going my way. I just feel like I'm never going to get where I want to go. And then I stop and I'm like, man, thank God I feel like this. Because tomorrow something amazing is going to happen and I'm going to know how great it is to be way up here too. We've got to have those downs to have the ups. Your life isn't going to be perfect. So embrace the challenges, embrace the pain, because the pain is what's going to cause the change. We're going to talk about that next week. So, all right. This is one of the things that I came up with. I started writing quotes a long time ago, but last year I was doing them with a group. And this is one of the ones that I really kind of liked this saying. Sometimes it just takes a spark to light up your imagination and electrify your abilities. Look, that flash of genius, right? That idea that you have that all of a sudden gives you energy and motivation to go out there and make it happen. When you start to believe in yourself, all of that comes from a spark. It all comes from believing in you. It all comes from one thing that happened, an idea, a moment. Something though happened. Create those sparks every day for yourself. Create environments that those things happen. Start writing things down, write quotes down. Whatever you want to do and do well, practice every day. There's always a way to practice. There's always a way to practice. All right. We also have the 21-day challenge. You can go to c2crea.com/21-day challenge. You can check that out. That's a 21-day challenge. Every day we send you basically an email that kind of motivates you to really write your goals and focus and stay focused. Look, the one thing I can tell you honestly that I believe 100% unequivocally, man, I'm talking all this time, unequivocally is this. When you write your goals down, you achieve them. When you write them down every day, I promise you're going to achieve what you're writing down because you cannot help but think about it. And during the day when you go, well, should I eat this? Like, let's say you wrote down every day, you were like, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 100 pounds. My goal is to lose 100 pounds or 20 pounds, whatever it is, right? I'm just saying 100 because mine was 100. You write that goal down every day in the morning or at night. You go to sleep. The next day, you're thinking about that goal. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 20 pounds. All of a sudden you go to eat the candy bar and you're like, all right, that's not going to get me closer to my 20 pounds. Do I really want to lose 20 pounds? Am I sick and tired of writing down this goal? Am I going to do something today to move towards that goal? Because eating this candy bar does not get me closer to that goal. And I promise you're going to start shifting. And your ideas are going to start shifting. And pretty soon, you're going to be down 25 pounds because you made small incremental changes in your daily habits that created a different result. Because that's what it's all ever about. It's all about small changes. Look, hitting a home run, that's great. But it's everybody that got on base in front of him that caused the 4 points to come in. Think about that. All you got to do is just get on base. Every day, get on base. If you keep getting on base, you're going to keep moving forward. And then all of a sudden, you've got runs coming in, right? So get on base today. If your life isn't where you want it, reach out. If your life isn't where you want it to be, get involved. Bring people into this call. Bring them in here. Look, I love this. When you step into your solutions, you step out of your problems. When you start bringing people to an event similar to this, like this, somewhere, I don't care where, but get people around you that are positive, that believe in you, that believe in them, that think that there's a better way to do things, that are striving to be the very best that they could possibly be. If you hang around those people, I promise you your life's going straight up. But if you keep hanging around the people that are sitting home on Fridays drinking beer out in front of the thing going, man, this life sucks, and boy, I hope I get my check from the unemployment office tomorrow, whatever, all that crap, and you're looking for handouts, you're never going to get where you want to go. Because all you're doing is stepping into problems. You're just finding them, man. You are, hey, are you a problem? Hey, are you a problem? You're just looking for them and bringing them right home. So stop. Stop looking at life as a problem and start looking at it as a solution. Be a solution-based thinker. You see a problem? Great, solve it. If you got a problem, I'll solve it. Check out The Hook while my DJ... Anyways, Ice Ice Baby, check out The Hook. Do something to solve your problem. Don't worry about the problem. Or I'm sorry, do something to be a solution. Don't worry about the problem. I was thinking about Ice Baby. But don't worry about the problem. Be the solution. Believe me, people love the solution guy. They hate the problem guy. Nobody likes the problem guy. All he ever does is come up and tell you what the problems are. We don't like him. We like the guy that comes up and tells you what the solutions are. Hey guys, look, this happened, but this is what I did. Boom, now we've got 20 grand more. Hey guys, this happened, but this is what I did, and now we've got this more. Be the solution. Don't be the problem, right? Okay, task for this week. I want you to every day have a close friend call you and ask if it's, so we want to write down 2 things that you can do this week to get closer to your goal. And I want you to have an accountability buddy. So just have somebody call you it's got to be a call because you have to answer them yes or no, right? And all you're going to do is say, I want to do this and I want to do this. And they every day have to call you and ask you that. And you've got to say yes or no that you did it or didn't. And then it's off. 30-second call. That's it. That's it. And then write what the experience did for you on our Facebook page. I'm interested to see how the results are of this one. They were pretty cool last time. So the keys to questions are the key, which, by the way, is going to have a new title. It's going to be called Vision Ignition, which I'm kind of excited about. And you guys are going to see a little taste of that tonight. What is communication? We talked about verbal communication. We talked about nonverbal. And now we're talking about finding ground zero, right? And really finding ground zero is the you are here sign. It's what do we have to access? What kind of tools do we have? What resources do we have? And where are we starting from so that it's not all about where am I going, right? We're not worried about that right now. Right now, we're going to worry about where we are. Because if we don't know where we are, getting where we want to go doesn't mean anything. If I tell you, hey guys, I want you all to go to the Griffith Observatory, and then I blindfold you and I drop you in the middle of where you don't know where you're at, how do you get there? Well, I'm telling you where I want you to go, Griffith Observatory. But if you don't know where you're at, there's no way to get there. You don't know if you're in the desert, in the Mojave Desert, are you in the whatever, you know what I mean? It's all about relationships. So where are you and where do you want to go? We know where we want to go. Now it's time to find out where are we right now so that we can use it as a launching pad, all right? Let's see. I love this. This is you are here sign. So I did memes on a lot of these ones. So the next one is how to analyze your position, right? A lot of times we want to. Okay, so that was it. How to analyze your position is that. A lot of times when we analyze our position, we look at it, and when we start really looking at it, we freak out, right? And now all of a sudden we make it horrible. Now it's, oh my God, my life is coming to an end. Oh, we start speaking in tongues, right? We want to start going to church. It's like, man, there's just no way I'm pulling out of this. I'm just going to go to the police department and turn myself in. Obviously, I'm in trouble for something, and I don't know what it is, right? We just get this horrible, doomsday attitude. The challenge and the problem with that is this. We will create so many more scenarios than actually happen. There are so many. How many times have you anticipated a bad response to something or a bad result, and literally for the day or two before you got the result, you're just freaking out. You're anticipating this bad result. You're going through all these different scenarios. Man, you can't eat, you can't sleep. It's just horrible. And you get the result and they're positive and you're like, whew, I just took a year off my life for no reason, right? I've done that. Why? We don't know the result, but we're going to freak out leading up to it. We have lived through more defeats. That was weird. We have lived through more defeats. We have lived through more failures. We have lived through more just horrible situations in our minds than we've ever lived through in real life. Think about what I just said. We have lived through more challenges, failures, and defeats in our minds than we've ever lived up to in real life. Because when we analyze, we just make everything out to be the absolute worst it can possibly be. And the key is not doing that. Look, everything isn't about the worst it can be. We just want to know where we are. That's it. Just a factual, where am I? How much money do I have? If I wanted to buy that, how much money do I have? What do I need to get there? Okay, cool. Now I'm going to get on my positive step, right? Now I'm going to go, okay, cool. Well, now I need to see it for what it is and take responsibility for where it is, right? Okay, great. Well, there it is. Now I'm going to do this with it. All right, let me see what I got going on here. Right. We've got to take responsibility. We can't point the finger anywhere. I can't say I'm here because of you. I can't say I'm here because of you. I can't say I'm here because of her or him or them. I have to say I'm here because of me. I'm in this spot in my life because I chose to be here. When I make that assumption, when I realize that, I give myself the power to move. See, if I put you somewhere, well, you can't move until I let you move or until I move you. But if you put yourself there, you can move at any moment in time. You just have to want to. So when we look at where we are, we need to also realize that as bad as we may feel it is, or as good, we have to take responsibility for that location. And once we do that, we can then grow and go in the direction we want. But if we blame it on everybody else, we're never going to be able to get out from under it, because there will always be somebody doing something to us. Always. I promise you. There's always going to be somebody that gets in your way. There's always going to be somebody that will take something from you. There's always going to be somebody that will mislead you or misguide you or miss this or miss that. Always. And you can find them. I mean, just make a poor decision. Turn in your car and listen to the GPS and watch how much you lambaste that stupid effing GP. I hate this thing. Well, it didn't make you turn. It told you to turn, but it didn't make you turn. Or what about the people that they turn and then, oh, okay, so I guess it's in this parking lot. Well, no, it's not in the parking lot. But you knew that, so why'd you turn in there? Because what, you wanted to show the GPS how wrong it was? We always want to find somebody to blame instead of looking internal and going, all right, I can't get pissed at anybody else but me. I chose to be here. So what am I going to do to get out? Because here's the cool part. You have the power to do anything you want. You just can't do everything, but you can do anything. So if you don't like what you're doing right now, hey, you have permission to change. See, we keep thinking that there's this big misconception that, man, if I change, then I'm a failure. If I change, then, everybody's going to look bad at me. No, if you keep doing what you're doing, even though it doesn't make you happy, you don't make money, and you're not getting where you want, that makes you an idiot. That makes you stupid. People should make fun of you for that. Not for saying what I'm doing right now isn't working, isn't getting me where I want. I'm going to make the decision to change right now. And I'm going to get what I want out of life. I'm going to get the things I want. I'm going to make decisions based on where I'm going, not on where I've been or where I am. Because right now where I am, it could be a one-bedroom apartment. This could be my entire place. But who cares? Because if I'm going there, this doesn't really matter. It's going to be history anyways. So stop looking at where you are in your situation like it's your goal or your end result. It's not your finish line. You're not at the finish line. You still got plenty of chapters to write. So if you've still got more chapters to write and you certainly don't like the way the book's going, start writing different chapters. Change it. Don't make it a romance. Maybe it's not a romance novel anymore. Let's make it an action adventure. Maybe it's a finance book. Maybe it's an investing book. Your book can be whatever you want it to be. But it won't be shit unless you make it something. It won't be anything unless you do something to start writing it. I'm not going to write your book for you, and neither is anybody else. The only person that can write your book is you. That's it. I can give you, I can't give you grammar help, but there's editors out there that can. I can give you content help. I can show you, hey, this would be a great idea. This could be something that you could do. But it's still going to have to be you saying, I'm ready to take this challenge. I'm ready to go make my life happen. I'm not looking for excuses. I'm looking for results. That's going to take you, not me. Not your spouse, not your children, not your parents, not anybody else, but you. This game of life, it's a one-player game. Listen to me. It's a role-playing game. It's one player. You don't get to switch off. You don't get to hand the joystick to anybody else. You get to control it. And it'll be as fun or as crappy as you choose to let it be. And I do mean choose. Because here's the reality. You can be here, you can be there, you can be in Hawaii, you can be in Alaska. Where you are, your location means nothing. What matters is where you are in your heart, where you are in your mind, where you are in your life. Stop looking at your current location, situation, or, man, I need another one because that would have been really good if there would have been a third one to rhyme, right? Location, situation, or mental station. Can't even, or your mental state, but for real. And looking at those as a drawback and start realizing that those things are the most empowering things you could possibly have. Your weaknesses are your greatest strengths because they show you where you can bring in a partner. They show you where you can bring in value, where you need value. And that's something you can trade for, right? So what is it that you do well? What can you do great? What are you consistent at? Do that. Be that person. Become the person you've always wanted to meet. All right? Now, here's the last part, but it's also one of the most important. And that is, see it for better than it is. Hey, relax. What is going on? No. Okay, here we go. See it for better than it is. A lot of times we put up these mental roadblocks, right? We put these walls up and we're like, man, I can't get around it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. We get stressed out. We start freaking out in our head. Everything starts wrapping around in a circle, right? And we're just wondering, how do I get to that next step? And so we need to be able to look at our lives and go, look, see it for better than it is. You may be here, but that doesn't mean that's what makes your decisions. Base your decisions off of where you want to be. See it for what it's going to be. See it for what it will be. See it for what it will be. Your life, it's amazing. The fact that you're even on this and on a computer, right? That shows you right now that you're probably wealthier than 90% of the world, I think they say, right? But we look at our lives and, I'm poor, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. See your life for better than it is. Be grateful every day. I have an alarm that goes off on my phone at 7:30 that says, say 3 things that you're grateful for. And I say them out loud every single day. 3 things, and every day there's something different. But I say something that I'm grateful for so that I constantly am in the mindset of being grateful for this. Because, man, it is awesome to be alive. And I could find 100 reasons that I either shouldn't be alive or that my life isn't where I want it. I can come up with all kinds of things to get me in a spun out, sad, depressed mood. We all can, right? Sorry, I had to get a swallow. Man, the water. We all can. The challenge is every day to get up and focus on what is great in your life. Because when you focus on what is great, your life becomes great. And when your life is great, you attract people to you that are great. And they want to be around other great people. And then all of a sudden, you start to become a rising tide. You rise with everybody else because you can't fail but rise. Because everybody else is going up. The more I network with amazing people, the more opportunities I get and the higher I get. It's incredible and I love it. I mean, I'm getting to where I'm this close to being able to hang out and talk to Chris Clothier, which from Memphis, and that's a big network marketer, right? I mean, that guy, that's a big, he does seminars and stuff, right? In real estate, but he's huge, right? The fact that we're looking at talking to him about doing fulfillment for them possibly. It's just like, I keep pinching myself going, is this real? Like, this is crazy to me. But it's because I've developed relationships over the last 3 or 4 years, and I've kept bringing value to those different relationships. So now I'm starting to see the value add coming back. Your life, it can be the exact same. But sometimes we've got to change our situation. We've got to change our environment, right? Most people stay around people that drag them down. They don't realize in order to move up, you must move on. And that's true. Well, we're like, well, no, but it's my cousin, it's my friend, it's my this, it's my that, it's my this, it's my that. Great. But until you let go of that, you're not going to get up there, because that is keeping you down here, period. Simple as it. That person keeps telling you how dumb you are. That person keeps telling you how stupid you are. That person keeps telling you how you can't do anything, how you're always a failure, how you're this, how you're that, right? They're not lifting you up. They're tearing you down. So yeah, by all means, spend more time with that individual. That should get you where you want. Or spend somebody around or be around somebody like me that's going to tell you how amazing you are. That's going to tell you how awesome you are. That's going to tell you that you can do anything and help you come up with ways to create that reality. Because a lot of you will say, well, you know what, but if I got involved and I don't know who to go and talk to about getting involved, and how do I get other people involved in real estate? Really? How do you get other people involved in real estate? Come on. How do you not? How do you not show them results? You need results? Look, Strongbook has plenty of results, testimonials, everything that you would need to show somebody why this system is effective and works. And the best part is, it's all about real estate. How is that not amazing? But I know some of you will sit there and look at it and find a reason that it won't work for you. There's got to be one. There's got to be one. Right? There's always a reason that it won't work. Find the reasons that it will. Become the one, right? Like I talked about in the first book. All right. Here's another thing. I'd love for you guys to come and check out our LinkedIn group. We're almost wrapping up here. All you got to do, like I said, is go to gentryinvestmentgroup.com. You can check that out. It's super easy. Here's another thing. I talked to you guys a little bit about this last week, I think. I did. If not, then this will be new for you. I have partnered up with a new credit company, which is kind of funny because it's end up being Avery's parents. Madison's boyfriend's parents have a credit company. And the more we were hanging out with them and talking, I just kind of was like, well, wait, what? What do you do? And I went and I met him and I checked out the office and I was like, this is nuts. I'm like, I know people that charge thousands of dollars for this. Why do you not charge more? Her answer: We're approved by the DOJ, and there are very strict guidelines to what you can charge and what you can charge for. We don't want to break, and our goal is to truly help people, not to take advantage of them. And so we will not risk our DOJ approval, and we don't want to risk our clients. And so they're $200 to start and $79 a month. And that will take you from wherever you are to an $850. Now, the way it kind of works from what she explained to me is the beginning, right? Let's say you're a 450 and you want to get from the low scores to like a 700. Okay. So you want to get from really low to a 700. They're going to do most of the lifting to get you there. Okay. Which again is a lot of companies, they make you do all that. She does everything, getting stuff off your credit report, getting stuff blown out, take whatever, all that. And they've got really good relationships with all these companies. Okay. So that's one thing that they help. And they've worked work with a lot of mortgage companies to get people their first home buyer. They want a home buyer wants to buy a home. They call her, she gets it happen, right? So that's one thing. Then to get from 7 to 850, they guide you and counsel you on that. They coach you on that. But that's stuff that you're going to have to do, period. It's just stuff that in order to do that, you've got to open certain cards. They can't open a card for you, right? You've got to open that card. You've got to charge a certain amount and pay it down. They can't do that for you. You're going to have to do that. So certain techniques that you're going to do to raise that score, they're going to work with you. And again, man, I still blows me away. $200 to start, $79 a month. All you got to do is go to c2ccredit.com and you can just fill out the thing, and I think you won't get an answer today, but tomorrow they'll respond to you. I think they already have like 20 or 30 inquiries from stuff that I've done now with them. And I see her responding to everybody. She's told probably 3 or 4 people that that she's like, there's nothing I can do for you. You need to wait a year, right? Like told them straight out, can't help you. You need to wait a year. Once your foreclosure or whatever it was is off, after that year time frame, then we can start doing that. But I can help guide you and set you up for when that happens so that we can move faster. I just love her approach. I love the fact that she responds to everybody, And I can't say enough really nice things about her. And again, it's my future son-in-law, so that's the biggest reason I'm helping. Madison's got to be able to make some money. Well, not Madison, but Avery does. So fear can only be experienced when we forget and pretend we aren't in control, right? And that's what I was talking to you guys about earlier. I was saying, look, you cannot worry about things. You can't sit there and think, well, it's their fault or it's their fault. I've got to assume it's mine. I've got to have that control. And the fear will go away when I go, look, do I believe in myself? Do I believe in myself? Yes, I do. 100%. I know I am amazing. I know that I care about the people that I work with. I know that I care about my clients, my investors. I know what I will do. I know where my integrity stands because I've been with me, right? I know where it is because I've seen the situations I've been in, and I've never, ever let somebody down or let somebody fall. I've never not followed through with a promise that I've made, period. So for me, that speaks volumes about what I can do. And because I've built that platform, it's enabled me to leverage other things and bring other things in to help. But you have to get rid of the fear to move forward. If I would have been afraid of, well, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? Man, I have thought a lot of times, well, what if it doesn't work? And I go for it anyway, 120%. Because man, if it doesn't work, it's going to at least get me to learn something. Sometimes it doesn't work. And that's okay. It just doesn't work. But sometimes the doesn't working part is the part that gets you closer to where you actually needed to be, right? A lot of the things that I've done in the past that I'm not still doing are reasons that I'm connected with a lot of you that are on here. If you really think about it, how did you meet me? And why are you still here? What have I done in that time frame? Have I done every single thing that I said I was going to do? Or did things happen and maybe I didn't reach it? And so I went a different way and I did this and I did this and I'm dancing and making all these moves, right? Or was it just a straight shot for me and everybody just gave me everything I wanted? I think you'll realize that we all have fear. The difference is, what will you do when the fear is right there? Will you stop or will you be able to pull the trigger? When you've looked at things and you know that something makes sense logically, do you still get afraid? Or do you go, you know what? Do you go, you know what? Boom, I'm going forward. I'm doing it. For me, I don't even have to do a lot of research. If I get something stuck in my head, I will make it happen. I'll make it happen because I believe in it that strongly. And if I believe in it that strongly, man, I will get everybody around me to believe in it that strongly too. And I will get people amped up. And then I will follow through and ensure success so that I can keep moving forward. The problem that I had before wasn't me. And what I mean by that is I had to rely on other people for certain pieces to the puzzle. If they didn't deliver, there's nothing I could do about that. The only thing that I could do is I could change my strategy. I could change my partners. I could change my direction. And that's what I did. And now I have better results than I ever would have had I not gone through it. So I had to go through it in order to get where I am now and get this amazing situation I'm in. I wouldn't have had it had everything worked out for me before. And I wouldn't be anywhere close to the potential that I have right now of basically being the face and heading up an international company that is about to really blow up. And I mean, it's just crazy. All these things that I've said, man, wait. I mean, you're going to start seeing all of them start popping off right now. And it's going to seem like a shotgun went off in 2015 for me. But it's because I have been packing that shotgun shell for years. What have you been doing for years? Have you been packing the shotgun shell and doing things to move you towards your goals? Or have you been talking about how hard it is and how it may not work and I'm just not going to worry about it? I'll wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till later. Waiting till later means you're never going to get where you want to go. Period. Admit it and just move on. Stop waiting. Waiting doesn't get you shit. It doesn't get you where you want to go. It doesn't get you the results you want. None of it. But we do it. I wanted to wait to quit chewing. I wanted to wait to get thin. I wanted to wait for all of it until I realized that waiting didn't get me what I wanted. And I needed to want it more than I wanted to wait. I needed to want it more than I didn't. So the question is, what do you want? What do you want more than anything? Because that's the fire you need to light. That's the spark that you need. All right. Now, here's my first book, Force Your Dreams into Reality, 7 Steps to Creating Success, right? That was the very first book I wrote, 40 pages. It is an awesome book. You can go to forceyourdreams.com and get it. You can read it every week. I promise you, you will get new things out of it every single time you read it. It is, and I literally cannot say enough good things about it. And it's a quick read, fast. Now, the next book, I'm going to have the final cover should be coming very quickly. But I'm going to show you something here. That is the choices that I kind of have. And it may be a version between both of them, but this is it. Accelerate Your Life, Vision Ignition, a beginner's guide for action formulas for dream achievement. And I said beginners because a lot of the stuff in here, when we talked about it, Force Your Dreams was the what you needed to do. This is the how. But it's the first step of the how, right? There's a lot more high-level strategies that I didn't talk about in this book at all. But I will get into that as I keep moving forward. But this book, this one is going to be printed. So I'm extremely excited. I've almost got this part done. Then I got to format it and then print them. And that should be happening within the next 45 days. I should have this book in my hand and be able to do this with it and go right here, except instead of saying hero, it'll say Vision Ignition. And it'll be my second book. Now, none of that would have happened had I not started. The very first book, the ebook, it happened because I started writing. It didn't happen because it just magically happened. Everything that I've done bad at first, and then I got better and better and better. Stop thinking you have to be perfect at everything when you start. You don't. You never will be. So realize you're going to suck at first and get it out of the way. Go and suck. Go and be crappy at first. Go and mess it up so that you can get to that next level and be good at it. Learn from others that are doing it. Listen, watch, repeat. Listen, watch, and repeat. Get on phone calls. Get on anything you can. Look, can I just shadow you? Can I just listen to you? Can I do anything so that I can get my game to the next level? Find somebody around you to mentor you. Find somebody around you that you can add value to, that you can bring an immense value to so that you can then get value back. And I think that's it. All right, guys. Well, there you go. That was our show. That was our show for the night. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you share it. I really do. I hope you get other people to get on this call. You get other people to get into this group with us and really to launch us. I promise you, I'm looking for 25. When it all comes down to it, I'm looking for 5 people, 25 total before I launch this Strongbrook thing to the 200,000 investors that I have, because there is no way that I can do that and all of a sudden have 200, 300, 400 leads coming in and no way to disseminate it or to help them, right? I'm not going to turn on a fire hose and not be able to take the water in. So I need to make sure that the infrastructure is set up and dialed in prior to turning on that fire hose. So if you're interested in getting involved and you're like, man, I would love to be more in real estate. How do I get that to happen? If somebody invited you to this call, perfect, man. Talk to them about it. If not, and you just happen to be here, talk to me about it. I'd love to talk to you. You can find me on Facebook and private message me. It's super, super easy. Just search Pete Asmus, PeteAsmus. You can also email me at pete@C2C, the number 2, the letter C, REIA.com. Or again, just Google my name. It's absolutely the easiest thing to do. With that though, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everything about this. I love the fact that we were on. I know I went a little long today, but I was excited. I hope you guys see the excitement. I know it's a little different than last week, right? Now we were more on pace with what we were doing. But again, suited up, dialed in. Don't show up to a meeting dressed like you just got out of bed. Show up for everything suited up. Make sure that you make the best out of it. Turn this week into your week. I promise you, this week you're never going to get back. So make the absolute most of it. I appreciate everybody on this call. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week when we talk about, I'm telling you, I love this one, pain and the motivator that it can be. All the things that happen in your life, all the pain that happens in your life, there's a way to really utilize that, to leverage it and get exactly where you want to go faster. So I'm going to talk all about that next week. I'll see you then. All right. Have a great day and go make something happen.
This is how we roll.